or I cry because I'm being awfully emotional this morning for some reason. I want to thank Joni and all of the team for being such wonderful people and keeping everything so clear. My name is Bobbie DuFault, and this is Sally Worley, and we'll be the co-chairs of this convention.
And we want to thank all of you for giving us the privilege, we can call it that, of being able to host the 73rd Worldcon in Spokane. It's a great site. Y'all love it when you get there. We'd like to thank Helsinki and Orlando. They're very able bidders against us, our adversaries, not adversaries, our competition. Because we made some really close friends in the couple of years that we've been associated, sitting next to each other at tables at various cons. We've made some lasting friendships between those people and us that we will take away and remember these people forever. I think that was pretty much what I was going to say. I want to thank everybody here for voting. I want to especially thank people who voted us number 2. Because they won the election for us. So thank you very much. Bobbie has more to say.
Actually, let's make that the Orlando supporters that were kind enough to vote us number 2. The 73rd Worldcon will be called Sasquatch. That's a play off Sasquatch, and the Sasquatch militia, of course, was here this weekend. They promised, as I mentioned, to provide us the berries, the salmon, and all the nuts we need. We intend to evoke some of the best mythological spirits of the Pacific Northwest in our theme. And the focus of our Worldcon will involve some of the native cultures. We're going to use a loose play on Shadowrun, since it was based in the Pacific Northwest pretty much. There is some real depth and breadth of mythology that involves the Pacific Northwest. And some of you went to CascadiaCon in 2005 and experienced tree octopuses and the Sasquatch militia and some of the other things that can be played with. We think we'll have a theme that will be fun for people, fun for costuming, fun to play with, and then we'll bring in the city to be involved with us, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. Our dates will be August 19th through 23rd, 2015. That's because we support the idea that with the school starting earlier, we want families to be able to join us. That also was a great date for our convention center and allowed them to give us a really great deal. Now one of our vice chairs, Glenn Glazer up here. Of course I've got to screw that up. He'll announce our guest of honors.
Oh, push number 4.
Well, okay, that's fine. So first of all, I'd like to thank the Spokane Committee for giving me the privilege of leading the Guest of Honor Selection Committee. It was a fair bit of work, but it was also very rewarding. Some of you who are Facebook friends with me will have seen a post every so often that said, "It's a great day when I can make someone's day," and they weren't even expecting it. And that meant that someone had accepted. Because it reminded me of why I do this, which is to make people happy. And I really made some people very, very happy. With that, I assume, or I hope, that many people here are familiar with the game show called Jeopardy! The category, Alex, is award-winning Spokane Guest of Honor. And I encourage you, I will throw up the answers first. I will encourage the audience to shout out the answer in the form of a question, if you think you know who it is that will be on the next slide. This San Antonio native holds the Hugo records for both the most fan artist nominations and the most fan artist awards. Right. Who is Brad Foster? When this prolific Hugo and Nebula award-winning author and scriptwriter was asked to be a guest, he said it would be no trouble at all. It indeed, who is David Gerald? This Pacific Northwest Hugo and Nebula Award-winning author founded the Clarion West Workshop and is in the dedication of the Heinlein novel Friday. The man in the back, yes. Who is Wanda McIntyre? This 14-time Pegasus Award winner composed the theme for International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Who is Tom Smith?
Thank you. And has frequently been featured on the Dr. Domino Show, and indeed, who is Tom Smith? This Hugo Award-winning Massachusetts fan invented the Worldcon tradition called First Night and led it into
So who is it?
That concludes this. There will be PR zeros handed out with more of the information and details and all that kind of stuff. I think we're to questions, yes? Unless you want to say
Well, I was going to mention we're going to be at the table beginning at noon to do registration and conversions. We kept our presentation short because we know you have a lot of questions. We still have a couple of our convention people here, our hotels, and they would love to answer any questions, but they do have a plane to catch. So if you have hotel or city questions, let's get them first. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Room rate.